Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Idoc Sadang. I am your host, T. Thank you for joining me today. I am so excited to bring to you the first vertical I've ever covered on this YouTube channel. I've seen a trillion of them, it feels like, but I've never brought any of them to this brand spank new YouTube channel, which is a derivative of Idoc Sarang, the trademarked podcast that can be found on Spotify or wherever you catch your podcasts. I'm trying to double post. So, yeah. But today we're going to jump into this vertical and we're going to figure out what was this story all about. As is my custom, I try to bring everybody up to speed because everybody is not a G. And you can't just assume that everybody knows what the hell you talking about when you saying what you're saying. So, Idoc Sadang, what do you mean by a vertical for those who are unfamiliar with this style of drama watching? Number one, a vertical is a C drama land drama that is 1 minute to 2 minutes per episode. Now, there are those who can't stand that style of storytelling. And for you, I say there is hope. That hope is through, splicing and dicing and smushing it all together. The best way to watch a vertical, which is also the format of the drama, especially when you watch it on our favorite place, to watch videos in the world. It's a vertical, so you can tap the little expander and it'll hit you with a vertical screen instead of so that's why I call them verticals. And these 1 to 2 minute little gems, they're usually all mushed together into one 2 something hour long movie, I guess you would call it. Now, it does take some acclimation when it comes to these dramas. Why? Because the folks who decide they're going to commit their talents to using the worst translators ever, they know that when they put these up on the interweb, especially in the site you're listening to right now, you will be copyright stricken to death. If you put that up there with the OST that was prevalent in that drama, etc. So it's gonna have a strange absence of noise because you're not going to be able to upload the music without you being in danger of a strike. But when you are OG, not to be confused with old baby, I'm an original gangster. You can watch these and you ignore all you ignore all this shit. Why? Why you think I'm there? Why do you think Idoc Sarang watches any drama that I watch? Oh, because I like the cinematic quality and I just love the story of the human experience. And man, I just love a good slice of life and the old spells. No, okay? I love romance and I'm checking for the male lead, okay? Understand that? And so if you have any questions, it's always going to be that same answer. So who stars in this? Now, forgive me. I know there are some G's in the female lead stratosphere of verticals and every other drama, but I'm biased over here, baby. I'm biased. So I watch my dramas for the male lead, but there are some notable female leads. So I'm gonna put some respect on this female lead's name. Relax, because she did do her thorough thizzle on this one. And she did something so uncharacteristic with this drama that you gotta put some respect all over her name. So I'm gonna name her first, even though I really wasn't necessarily checking for her. But by the end, you like, oh, okay, girl. So her name in real life, her government name is Wang Yi, and in the drama she's Juting Ran. And the male lead in this drama, his name is Dong Yi. I like Dong Yi a lot. Like, I like him. So, okay. Let me give you the premise of this drama so you can find out if you want to watch it. Now, another feature of verticals is they harder than fuck to find. I'm sorry, y'all. They like for real, they're really not hard to find. Like if you like A-dramas and you tap on one thing A-drama related, those are gonna start to come up. But this is the thing. Say somebody says, "Oh, I love the new Dong Yi vertical." And you try to go find that, you're not going to be able to find it. Why? Because we're going back to that strike stuff. They have to title the damn video something so weird and abstract that you're not going to know. So it's going to be something like, CEO killed the mistress, she resurrected, had his baby, and now he needs to be with her or he'll die. Those type of titles. So yeah, these are harder than hell to find. So what I would suggest is I would go. This is why I like that I lead with my bias, baby. Show do. Because if you lead with the person that you like the most, whether it's the female lead or the male lead, you can go to our favorite site in the world for A-drama related specs and details. You can go via that person's name and you can find it. Now, the title's going to be in Chinese, but typically when you find that specific drama that you've been looking for, there will oftentimes be a very loose translation. Now, that's not going to help you to find it online, but at least you will be able to know that you haven't lost your mind and that, yes, you are sane. So, this drama. What is this drama about? Yeah. Now, typically, I always want my dramas to be in HEA because if they not, I mean, what am I wasting my time for? This drama is not going to hit you with an HEA because this female lead, there's not going to be any amnesia. There's not going to be anything that you could buy her. There's no amount of back hugs and all that stuff. You are going to treat her right or you lose, and you lose forever. And I love her. I would suggest that you watch this if either you've just broken up with someone, or if there's someone you can't get over, or if there's just someone that you'll never forget that you had to break up with. Because we all know how these dramas go. They're like drama to the drama power, okay? Like the storylines are ridiculous. Like you can't go in here ready to complain because the complaints are so much that you won't be able to enjoy the story. Which is why you have to be an OG when you watch these, because it's going to be just so much to say, you know what? I'm not watching this. But just hang in there because Idoc Sadong watches everything. And even if you don't ever watch this and stuff, I'm going to watch it for you and you can come over here and find out what it was about. All right? So, female lead is married to male lead. And, look, she trying to, y'all. She got her wedding dress on. She's trying to go get married to this dude. But he's the cold CEO type, as they all are. And I love it. We love it. And unfortunately, on her wedding day, the biatch. Y'all know who the biatch is. Y'all gonna know as soon as you see her, and I don't care what her name is, okay? Matter of fact, they ain't even give us her name because this is a micro, not a micro, but a vertical. And baby, unless you the main two people, they don't even bother giving us your name, honey. Anyway, so Biatch got a problem. She always act like she broke her foot. She's got the flu. She's got heart disease. She's got cancer. Now she's got, hypothermia. Like, it's always something wrong with this biatch every time that male lead is trying to do something with the female lead. And today is getting married. Now, baby, you don't call nobody on their damn wedding day. Telling I'm anemic. You got to hurry up and come to the hospital because I need some iron or what have you. So he does that. And he's so stupidly naive. For some reason, these biatches can get into the male leads, the cold CEO head. Now, he hates everything and everybody, including the woman he's supposed to be in love with. But he'll never hate the biatch. The biatch, he's always holding out some hope for her. He's always like, I gotta go because this is my May or what have you, and I gotta go make sure she okay. Now, y'all, I hope I didn't say the wrong word. You know, the little sister, I think, is May. So, anyway, I gotta go check on May and see what's going on with something that she could get some damn shit from over the counter to cure. Okay, some iron. Baby, eat you some damn liver or whatever has iron in it, some spinach. Go eat some damn or you could just stop being evil. But that's way too much to ask because the drama would not drama if she wasn't evil. So he goes to tend to her. You know, she fainting and he's got to pick her up and whisk her away as if she is the bride. So the bride don't appreciate that. And baby, that was just like the last straw for her. Yes, the female lead in this, baby, this male lead has done too much gangster shit. I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying, like, make sure it's somebody you broke up with, somebody that's just sticking out of your mind, somebody you struggling to get over with or something. Because she, through the course of this drama, he's so fine, like you're waiting for them to be able to kiss and, have some skinship and all that. Baby, it never happens. Not for real. Except the reason why I started watching this drama is because of the back hug and the way his face looked on this back hug, y'all. I am going to try to make that the thumbnail for this because his face just, Did I mention that I am shallow over here too? Because it's the face, the male lead's face every time for me. And he just like, ugh. So I don't know if I was expecting this to happen, but she gets in here and there are some people that say, you know what? I was woe out at the end. By the end, I was woe out because it was just the cat, the mouse, the cat, the mouse, the cat, the mouse. I mean, it was like, please be with me. And she's like, no, I'm not going to be with you. Please be with me. No, I'm not going to be with you. Enters Biatch. Please be with me. She made him trace the fuck. Like, you talk about a karmic cycle, baby. You talk about the 3 of swords, honey. You talk about the devil card. She pulled a devil card for his ass. Yes. So, like, every time that he would come begging, she would hit his ass with a damn 3 of swords. And she would be like, baby, that one time when, somebody tried to stab you and I took the knife for you, baby. I got stabbed. I laid on the ground, bleeding my life out. And Biatch, she had to go to the hospital because she had a paper cut. So you had to pick her up like a bridegroom, baby, and take her to the hospital. Like, I'm bleeding out. I done got hit in my spleen, okay? So every time, I understand the exhaust, and it does get a little repetitive, but I just like looking at his face when he begging. Like, his beg face is good. So I was cool. But she's like, she hits him with the most karmic shit he's done every time. It's not like, you woke up with an attitude one morning. Everybody can understand that. After work, you be mean. To a certain degree, maybe we can hold some space for that. But bitch, while my motherfucking spleen is spilling out of my body and you walks away with May in your arms and I know ain't shit wrong with her and you know ain't nothing wrong with her. Yes. So like every time she has to give him his karmic debt, baby. She is paying back that karmic debt for your ass. She moves out of the house and she living on her own. And because he's the co-CEO, every time he's trying to strong arm her, he's trying to force her, he's trying to come up and make her kiss him. This is something I like about him. We all know the damn rape kiss, y'all. That's what I call it. When you kiss a motherfucker that don't want to be kissed. I mean, what else am I supposed to call this? So, he's doing that. This is what I like about him. He's a guy that, he's going to try to kiss you. But when he sees that you really don't want this shit, it bothers him so badly that he stops. He cannot press play when you press and stop. So he may try to start, but when he sees that shit written all over your face, he has to stop. And he pulls back, and then we got the cat and mouse. And she has to serve him up with some karma, baby. And it's really not getting through because it's like, you know what? You belong to me. I also like this about him. He was the cold CEO type, and he was kind of ruthless in his pursuits. He was just in swimming up denial, river denial the entire time. But when we get to like the last 20 or 30 minutes or so, he starts to realize that none of this is working. None of this is working. She's not coming back to me. Now they give us a B guy. And he's really cute. And you think that, oh man, he gonna end up being the guy. Because like they have a guy that's masked and doing some treachery. And you think, oh man, this guy's doing this to her. It's not him. It's somebody else. Somebody, it ain't even worth knowing who it is. Because baby, they ain't gonna name you in the cast. Look, if you do not have enough for me to know who you are in the bill, then baby, I don't need to know what you did in the story neither. It's okay. So don't worry. The guy that's trying to get next to her, it's not him. But he's cute, and he's trying to run one of his plays. But homegirl is like, baby, I choose me. Look, I'm telling you, but C Drama Land, what's going on over there in C Drama Land? Y'all claiming BLs that we know good and damn well, or Thai BLs, not Thai, but Taiwanese, we know y'all trying to claim, but y'all want to claim them. That's a step for me, because I don't even think they would want to claim BLs. If this was 3 years ago, C-Town would be like, we ain't do that. They would not be claiming responsibility for the BLs. But I see why they wanted to claim responsibility for Revenge Love, because I would too. That shit's good. So look, he realizes in the last 30 minutes or so, none of this shit's gonna work. None of it. And the guy that's giving him all his just desserts by being her confidant, not really her confidant, but running a little interference, is like, you know what? When she gets him off to herself and she's like, come on, you don't deserve this from him. Don't treat him like that. He's respecting me more than you did, and I'm supposed to have been your wife and all that. No, move, and we leaving. So when he relents and they get to leave, she kicks the cold game at him, and she's like, look, I don't want you neither, baby. I don't want you. And I'm not going to string you on. I ain't going to string you on. And I ain't going to make you think that I'm going to play a game with you and just rebound with you. Because homeboy is down for the... He like, baby, dribble me. Please rebound me. Because this is fodder. But she can understand life now. And it's like, you know what? I'm too motherfucking weak. I'm choosing myself. And I'm walking in my strength. But I'm not so weak anymore that I'm going to walk right into some karmic shit. So she's like, no, I'm not going to play with you and act like I want you to be my man. You're being nice to me and I appreciate it. And that's as far as it goes. Now, if you want to keep coming around, you keep coming around, but you ain't getting nothing from me over here. Y'all, she is doing some of the most empowering shit I've ever seen on a drama. And I am not a sister, soldier, warrior. I ain't none of that. I don't want no messages. Please don't hit me over the head with no, I don't want any of that. I want absolute and utter escapism when I'm doing this shit. But she says some of the best lines on this. If you watch this, let me just tell you, you're going to feel empowered. Okay? So male lead, he ends up getting himself in a jam where he gets injured. He goes to the hospital and all that. And in typical vertical land, really in all of drama land, usually this is the time where the female lead softens. She nurses him back and he's a pup or what have you. So now she can kind of get back in through the back door. No, it won't be no back doors over here. Baby, you got to convalesce on your own. You going to get up on your own. His little wardrobe changes because it seems like he struck a little dumb after this, like a little amnesiatic stupidity. He's uncharacteristic. He wearing jeans and a sweater looking all good and all that, but it's still not enough. And she's like, baby, I don't give a damn what you saying because I'm going to keep I'm not letting you get away with shit you did. And that's why this drama never gets tedious for me, Because what's so satisfying is that, baby, you might have forgiven because you stuck around all this time, but you haven't forgotten. She reminds this man of everything he ever did to her. And it's a drama, so it's high-handed stuff that she should have been done that instant. She would have been well within her right leaving then. She didn't. She stuck it out. But baby, when I say when you wake up, ain't no going back to sleep. Ain't no going back to sleep. Because by the end of this drama, homegirl had gone to school or something where she pursued her true dream of being some kind of an artist. And she opened a gallery and she's marveling at her achievement and her accomplishments. Now that the cloudiness, now that the haze of trying to run after this dude, chasing a dude that don't want to be caught. Like, you want to be caught now, but baby, you haven't changed. You have changed nothing. You think I'm your possession. I'm like your keychain. You think you own me, and you do not. And when I tell you, this lady out her mouth at some point said, I choose myself. Y'all, at the end, there's no HEA, except there is. Typically, when I watch a drama, I want romance all the way through and through. And to the end, I need them to be happy and give me some domestication and all that. There was none of this. At the end, homegirl chose herself. Yes, because this relationship was so toxic. This relationship was so bad that for me, once the writing on the wall was as clear as this female lead had become in her estimations of who this guy was, no matter how fine he is, no matter what money he had, no matter how much power and how much influence it was, at the end, she chose to love her goddamn self. And for me, that is why this vertical is damn good.